As all of you know, Kobe Bryant was one of the most lethal scoring assassins in NBA history. His most iconic and memorable scoring performance was of course his 81-point game. But what if I told you that this game was only one of several games where Kobe could have possibly scored 80 points? At the end of the third quarter of the 81-point game, Kobe had a total of 53 points. On several other occasions, Kobe had a similar performance through 3 quarters and didn't even play in the fourth quarter. Today, we take a look at some of those less-known scoring outbursts from the Black Mamba. Here's 5 games Kobe could have scored 80 points. Number 5. January 2002 versus the Grizzlies. When people remember the early years of Kobe's career, they probably think of the domination and championships Kobe and Shaq were able to accomplish as a dynamic duo. Phil Jackson was the head coach of those championship teams, and he coached the team using the triangle offense. It was an offense that featured lots of cuts and entry passes designed to get players into favorable positions for scoring. In other words, the offense was run through Shaq. Even with an offensive scheme that highly emphasized feeding the big man, Kobe was still managing to average near 30 points a game. But I remember watching Laker games as a teenager, wondering what Kobe would have been capable of offensively if Shaq wasn't always there demanding the ball. What would Kobe be able to do in an offense more geared to giving him the majority of the scoring opportunities? Well, on January 14th, 2002, we got to find out. Shaq was then serving a 3-game suspension for getting into a fight with the Chicago Bulls' Brad Miller. Fortunately, Shaq is as efficient with his punches as he is with his free throws, and Brad was able to live another day. Kobe decided to honor Shaq that game by writing his number 34 onto his shoes. Even with Shane Battier, one of the premier defenders in the league, guarding Kobe, he could still not be stopped that night. He was doing everything on the floor offensively, torching anyone and everyone who tried to slow him down, including his future teammate Pau Gasol. At the end of the third quarter, Kobe had 56 points on 21 of 34 shooting, while the entire Grizzlies team had only 59 points. When you consider that Kobe had 53 points at the end of the third quarter of the 81 game, you could see how easily Kobe could have had 70 and possibly an 80-point evening that night against Memphis. Only one problem. The Lakers were up over the Grizzlies 98-59 at the end of the third quarter, so Kobe sat out the entire fourth quarter. Number 4. February 2003 versus the Nuggets. This next scoring outburst was the third game of Kobe's historic 40-point scoring streak, which was 9 straight games. On the second game of a back-to-back, Kobe looked just as fresh as ever. He was hitting everything from highly contested fadeaways to acrobatic and furious finishes at the rim. With Kobe on fire to the extent that he was, the game was never in question, and the Lakers had a 32-point lead at halftime. Kobe didn't slow up, coming out firing in the third quarter and continuing to torch all of the nuggets thrown at him. In only 31 minutes, Kobe scored his total of 51 points with over 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Once again, due to the Lakers having a lead of over 30 points, Kobe did not play in the fourth quarter. As far-fetched as it might seem that Kobe would have scored 29 points in the fourth quarter if he had played, Kobe has managed to score 28 to 30-point quarters on numerous occasions, and considering that he had 53 at the end of the third of the 81 game, who knows what this game's total could have amounted to. Number 3. November 2006 versus the Jazz. As a rookie, Kobe began his career with his famous airballs in the playoffs versus the Utah Jazz. It seems as though Kobe has been out for revenge on them ever since. In this 2006 matchup with the Utah Jazz, Kobe continued to embarrass the Utah defense. The Jazz threw several different defenders at Kobe, including the respected and elite defender Andrei Kirilenko. Like many times before, it didn't matter who defended Kobe this evening, as Kobe had one of the most efficiently explosive scoring performances of his career. He started the game hot, scoring 22 points in the first half, but he completely erupted in the third quarter, scoring 30 points, including an incredible sequence in which Kobe made 11 straight shots without a miss. At the end of the third quarter, Kobe had 52 points on a remarkable 19 of 26 shooting on only 34 minutes played. The Lakers were up by 22 points at the end of the third, and once again, Kobe did not play in the fourth quarter. Number 2. December 2005 versus the Mavericks. Maybe the most incredible scoring performance of Kobe's career. Yeah, I said it. This game took place early in Kobe's famous 05-06 season, a game that would set the tone for an incredible record-breaking season. On the opponent's sideline was a familiar face to Kobe, Dallas Mavericks assistant coach Del Harris. Harris was Kobe's head coach in his rookie season with the Lakers in 1996. After tearing it up in the Summer League, Kobe came into the NBA as a confident rookie, ready to sink his teeth into the competition. Harris had other plans though, which included giving the veterans the majority of the minutes while Kobe watched from the bench. Kobe only played a minimal 15.5 minutes per game in his rookie season, an experience that Kobe never forgot. And in this evening against the Dallas Mavericks, he was getting his revenge. According to Kobe, he used this as motivation to have one of the most amazing performances of his career. Kobe went on an absolute tear, scoring in a multitude of ways that the Mavericks had absolutely no answer for. He scored 32 points in the first half and had 30 in the third quarter alone. At the end of the third quarter, the score on the Jumbotron showed Kobe with 62 points, Dallas 61. He outscored an entire team through 3 quarters. This game is the reason why people who discredit Kobe for scoring 81 points on a weak Raptors defense just look ridiculous, because he arguably did something more impressive just 1 month prior. This wasn't just any ordinary team that Kobe outscored through 3 quarters. This was a Dallas Mavericks team ranked 7th in points allowed that year, who also went on to the NBA Finals that season. Listen to this. Even though Wilt had a 100-point game, the final score of that game was 169-147. Wilt was nowhere close to outscoring the opposing team. Kobe not only could have easily had 80 this night, but he had a chance to do something that's never been done before in league history, outscoring an opposing team single-handedly. But when given the option, Kobe passed at the opportunity to play in the fourth quarter due to the game being essentially decided with the Lakers leading by 34 points entering the fourth quarter. Lakers assistant coach and former teammate Brian Shaw asked Kobe if he was crazy for choosing to sit out of the fourth quarter, saying to Kobe, "If you play in this fourth quarter, you could get 80. To which Kobe responded, "Nah, we're up by 30. When the time is right and the team needs it, I'll do it." Number 1. January 2006 versus the Raptors. The one game where we finally got to see what Kobe could do starting the fourth quarter with over 50 points. You've seen all the highlights, you've heard the commentaries, and participated in the arguments and comparisons to other historic performances. What Kobe Bryant did this night, no matter how you slice it, was one of the greatest performances in league history. It was the NBA's highest scoring performance ever caught on film. The Lakers had started the game slowly and were down by double digits at halftime. And at that point, Kobe had just 26 of his points. As you all know, he basically lost his mind in the second half. Determined to get the Lakers a win, he scored an incredible 55 points in the second half alone. This wasn't just casual stat padding from Kobe either. The Lakers had rallied from behind and only had a 6-point lead heading into the fourth quarter. The Lakers' lead didn't even reach double digits until there was 6 minutes left in the final quarter. Every bucket the Lakers could get from Kobe was needed. Kobe left the floor with 4.2 seconds left in the game, raising his finger in the air in what has now become one of the most iconic images of his legendary career.